Today is January the 7th, 2019. The time being 4:41 p.m. This is my security camera right here. And right where you see the arrow pointed at is a female to the right of the left of the arrow, and a male on the right of the arrow. So the arrow it was in the middle of them. They just came from this house, the third house, where you see the arrow at now. This female, at some point of time, this guy was trying to restrain her from going someplace. It's her boyfriend, I believe. They have 2 or 3 children together. And about 11:16, I heard a female hollering, "Get off of me." You see the time now. I'm making the YouTube video right now, but you see the date is January the 6th, which it was on the 6th yesterday, last night, 2019, at 11:10 p.m. in about 39 seconds. Now I'm finna start rolling this here. This guy was actually trying to restrain her, unlawfully restrain her. But check it out. They'll go behind the tree a couple of times and you can't see. But at this point, I didn't really see this no more than on my camera, because I was laying down sleeping until I heard a female voice hollering, saying, "Get off of me." And at that time, I called 911, which is the Charleston Police Department. In about 11:17, in a few seconds, they was on the scene, a police officer and the captain, which you will see in this here. This is actually the 600 block of Vine Street in Charleston, Missouri. Where they at right now is a place, the building itself is what they call the police substation, which hasn't been occupied in over 20 years. They closed it down. I think the housing authority used it, but that's a place where I've been asking the Charleston, Missouri city and police department and all the other officials to open that place back up, because in this area, on the other side of these, where did you see the arrow at on that side of the bushes, but going down a little bit, and I'm gonna show it to you today. Another female was killed on the other side of these bushes. I believe it was 2010. It was I think my baby, it was about 2010. A female was killed by her boyfriend. He shot and killed her. I didn't have the cameras at the time, but I believe it was December the 10th of 2000, December the 12th or December the 10th of 2010. I believe it was 10 or 12. But now that I have my cameras, this is what you're seeing now. This female could have got killed just last month, December, the first part of December of 2018, just last month, not even 30 days. She just had her third baby, which she had all of her children by C-section. So she had staples in her. And she said a week before this incident here, a week after she had her baby last month, he did somewhat similar, but he beat her up pretty bad and busted her staples. But she didn't press charges. You can see right now, she's tussling with him. She's on the left-hand side. The girl she's a 20-year-old white female. The guy is a 27 or 28, maybe 29-year-old Mexican guy. They live together. Just keep it. They ain't went past this thing yet. Okay, yeah. But you'll see it's about almost 13 minutes or so with that. You know what I mean? And what I'm trying to do is actually show y'all, if I wouldn't have came out, what would have happened to this female. And what it did was it brought me back when the other female who lost her who lost the female that lost her daughter's life, who lost her life because her boyfriend killed her, this guy could have ended up doing the same thing to her. Now you see her? She started trying to leave. She's probably trying to make her way down the street to try to get to the police station downtown. You could see him swinging. Now it's the time right now is 11:14. About 11:16 is, or a little bit after 11, about 11:15 or 11:15 and about 50 or 40 some seconds, I know I heard a female holler, "Get off of me," and you will see why, how I heard when she said, "Get off of me," because in a few more seconds, or almost a minute, probably right now, he finna throw her down to the ground into the grass over here by the fence. And that's when I called the police. And then you see him. Now this is a female that just had a baby, y'all. Just had a baby. Now see, I know this guy. I know both of them because they live in the projects down the street from me. Me and my two daughters done helped them out a lot. But the guy himself, he got one of them macho attitudes, because he had one with me when he didn't pay me after I had took him some places for a couple of weeks, and all I asked him was for $10 when he got $2,500 back from a bond that he was out on, and he didn't pay me my money, and he got to start talking crazy, and I just told him to keep on going. God must have let him use not only his 5 senses, but his 6th sense to tell him that I'm not a female that he be jumping on, and he kept on going. I told him to keep the $10, but I stopped messing with him. But this is something, y'all, you know, if you scared to go outside, which I wasn't, if you scared to go outside, at least dial 911, because it could be your daughter. Now, this is something that you would classify. You could see them now in the between the 11 on this clock. Can't see him a lot, but you could see that she's still struggling with him. Now, we started this clock here at about 11:10. But you got to remember, it started before that when they came out of their house. Before they came out of their house, she had to get out of the house. She said that she told me later that she had called her mother before he took her phone and told him he was holding her hostage in her own house, in their house, with their apartment. I don't know if he owned a lease or not. But you know, the mother happened to make it here, and you're going to see. Now, I called the police over a minute ago. Now, one of these cars coming is going to be her mother. You see me right there. When I seen the cars, I'm assuming that there was the police. But then I'm listening to the conversation. I hear somebody ask her a question, and she said, "No, I don't want to be around him." And I believe that was her mother, because she got in the car with whoever was in the car. Yeah, that was her mother, because you will see him coming next. Them lights that you see now, it should be the police. But you will see him coming trying to talk to me, and I tell you, watch him. See him trying to get away? I told him to get away from I told him to get out of my driveway. You see him? He know not to come in my driveway. Now see, he trying to get a police a move right now. He telling the police that him and this girl that got into a little argument, and he thinking he finna get away. But when the police looked back towards me, I pointed and let him know that's the one that I called y'all about that was jumping on the female. You see, he ain't tough now. Now see, what I don't like about this, the police handcuffing him. But what if he had a gun? And you will see through the whole thing, here's a police officer, and then you're going to see a white car come pull up around a white SUV, which is the captain, second in command, of the Charleston, Missouri Police Department, and neither one of them pat him down. This is the captain coming now. They didn't even pat him down. What if he'd have had a gun in there? The police could have got shot and killed. You know, it's a lack of training. I give it to them that they responded. You see what I'm saying? Within a minute or so. Now look, you see how he just walking over to the captain? And it looked like he trying to hand the captain something. I don't know. Look at that. You see that? It looked like he was trying to hand the captain something. Maybe he got something illegal. Look at him. Look. You see how the captain disappeared? I'm wondering if he gave him something. See, he had 2 phones that the girl said she couldn't find, and he might have something on him that he don't have. You see how him and the captain is blocking? See, the captain, they know I got cameras. And from what I was told by the female, he had a bag of weed on him. If he had a bag of weed on him, they should have found it unless he gave it to the captain and finna get a captain some information on somebody else in town, and it'd save him from catching that case. I'm just assuming now. I'm not going to say it's true. Now you can switch over just for a minute. That's the police talking to me, and I'm letting them know what happened. You can go back to the next one. That's close as that'll get, right? You see, at no point did this guy was searched. He should have been searched before. You see, he started moving. You see what I'm saying? Here's a guy that just got through beating up on a female. This is important to the people that watch this here, because what you really need to see here is a few things that's on the dangerous side. Even when I went out, he could have had a gun. But I stood my distance, but I was just making sure that we don't have another female on my block getting killed. And I feel bad that I wasn't woke when this other guy did this to the female in 2010. Now, what I want y'all to do, just see him. At no time he searched. You got to search an individual that you finna take into custody before you put him in your car. It's a danger. And I'm not saying this to criticize the Charleston Police Department, but you got the captain there pulling off. You got another officer here. You got to train them. What if he'd have got off into the Mississippi County Detention Center where they gonna take him and start shooting everybody up in there? That's negligence on the behalf of them, and it seemed to be poor training. But I want to take you outside for a minute, just for a minute. You see right down on this corner, we don't go to 15. At the stop sign, that's where it started at down there. And this way he had to throw down. How many moments? But I'm gonna leave y'all as I came. But y'all think about it and protect people when you seeing them being attacked. Peace be still.